Hi guys, it's only me. It's Friday the 23rd of June. Going to do a really quick tour of all the changes and then show you my potato haul. I want to say thank you to all the ones that have wished my daughter a happy birthday. You didn't have to put a smile on her face. So yeah, thank you for that. Sorry that the last video got cut short, but my storage card ran out of space, so yeah. But anyway, I've already picked our first crop of broad beans, and as you can see, there's quite a few are going to be ready in a matter of days. So today's quite overcast. Yesterday was overcast as well, so that brought the temperatures down a little bit. But it's still quite warm. It's still about 21-22 degrees. So anyway, the tomatoes, I've thinned the buckets down to 4 to a row to give them plenty of growing space, because they're really taking off now. Got masses of flowers, and a fair few tomatoes are growing now. But I think that's what the problem is with them all curling over. I just don't think they had enough space for growing, so I've thinned them down to 4 buckets per row, and I've moved the rest further down. So still no sign of my runner beans yet, but it's still early days, and as you can see, I've got a massive gap in my potatoes. Now, because the kids, which did a fantastic job getting stuck into digging up that first 4 buckets, because I noticed there was the seed potatoes had gone rotten, I thought I better dig up the rest of them pretty quickly, because I didn't want the potatoes to start spoiling, because they will start spoiling quite quick if you've got a rotten seed potato. It is windy today, so if you do hear that horrible noise catching on the microphone, I do apologise. So I've moved my comfrey over there, because I had space with digging up one of the buckets of carrots. I've moved one of the tomato plants there, so those 4 are the red alert. I've moved the rest of the red alert, the mystery plants, well 3 of them, down the side of the house, and then I've put 3 of the Roma ones from the top of the garden just there. Now they are still quite cramped together, but once I clear a few more potatoes, I'll start putting them in that bed. So I've dug up all the ones that I planted first on the 1st of April it was, and they're Homeguard. Now these ones in front here, they're Homeguard, and there's let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buckets, but they're about 20 litre buckets, and they're Homeguard as well, but they're about a week behind the others. But judging by the size of the first lot of buckets, won't be long before we're picking them. So anyway, as you can see, I've been really busy, and I've separated them. So I've dug up 11 and I separated them so you can see what I've got per bucket. So not too bad at all. Some really decent sized ones. There's still a lot of baby ones, but my kids love the baby ones, so I'll separate them into sizes and cook all the baby ones up at the same time. That way it'll stop all the arguments about who's had the most. But these are the buckets that they were growing in. They're roughly 10 litre, and because they were in bags, it stopped any slugs getting in. I did find quite a few slugs between the carrier bag I use, the plastic bag, and the bottom of the pot, because obviously the holes are a little bit bigger. But I don't know if you can see on there. Those are all the drainage holes. So there's 2 rows on each side. So it actually stopped the slugs from getting into the potatoes, which is pretty good. Whether or not I would grow like that again, I don't know. I had a devil of a job trying to keep them watered and keep them moist enough. I haven't really had any slug, I mean, what's the word, scab. One of the potatoes has got a bit of scab on. Try and find which one it is, but it's not a lot. I've lost it now. I mean, it would the barest hint. No, I've lost it. Oh no, there it is. Right, can you see that brown mark there? That's a tiny amount of scab, but that's just because they dried out so quickly. Ideally I should have been watering them a couple of times a day, but and I don't think I'm going to be planting them so close either, so I think I'm going to just stick to the 30 litre buckets, and that way I can space them out a little bit more, because if they're 10 litre each, I mean that amount of space, you know, the 30 litre buckets are smaller in diameter than that. So anyway, I haven't weighed them, and I'm going to try and attempt to weigh them one-handed now. So bear with me. I've got my carrier bag because it is quite windy, stuck in this bucket so I don't fly away. We'll start emptying them in. But yeah, that last 4 buckets that the kids did, that weighed £3.71. Now the last bucket that Tappy did almost solo, I think she only picked about 3 or 4 about that size out, so that's not bad for 4 buckets, 10 litre buckets. Now, a chap I've mentioned before, Homegrown Veg, he grows his potatoes in these kind of buckets, well, florist buckets, still 10 litre buckets with carrier bags in, and he's been known to get £3 out of one, so I haven't done quite as well as what he can do, but then he is a bit of an expert on this, and this is the first year me doing these. So yeah, look at them, huge. Yeah, they're supposed to be waxy, but because they have gone quite big, they've started to turn floury. So I might have to take this out now. Hang on. Come on out. Oh, sorry, dropping my phone, not good. Right, last one. try not to get the soil in, so that's fair. Oh, get out, fly. And I'm holding the phone with my right hand, and I'm doing everything with my wrong hand, so everything's cack-handed. Alright, so let's have a look. Right, get that hooked on first. No, you're not going to do it, are you? Oh, silly thing. Yes, got them on. Right. Turn it on. And I'll set it to pounds. Oh, come on. Look. It's wobbling. No, hang on. I'm going to have to swap hands. Oh, bugger it, call it 11.5. My arm's shaking. Oh. Hang on. Try and get it to lock first. I'm trying to brace my arm against... Ah! There we go. I hope you can see that. 11.4 out of 11 buckets. So on average... Ooh, windy. So on average, £1 a bucket. That's not bad, that. That'll keep us going for quite a while. Got a couple that live next door who used to have an allotment, and they gave it up when they moved here. So I bet they're down for some homegrown spuds, so I'll make sure they get sorted. But yeah, not bad at all, that. Quite happy with that. So anyway, that's a really quick update of what's happened and my gorgeous potato haul. And that is Homeguard potatoes. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ta for now. Bye!